Hi everybody, this is Monica Main and welcome to this special website building session that I decided to do for you guys and gals. So listen, we all are going through kind of a lot of stress and I guess you could say anxiety, especially with everything that's going on lately. And so I wanted to bring to you some new, I guess you could say, opportunity and progress on my part, because it took me, I guess, a while to finally get this promised funnel to you, if you will. And part of it was that I was waiting for some of my students to give me some really good kick-ass video testimonials so I could do a really good job on the funnel. And so here we are, and I gave you guys a little bit of homework preceding this website funnel building session, just to give you an idea of, I guess you should say not an idea, but a head start to what we're going to be doing. And so I have a student funnel that's up on the page, and let me show you what that looks like. And so here we are. I'm in Tori's system right now because she volunteered to allow me to show you how this demo works. And so I gave you a little bit of homework, and let's go into, okay, so it's monicamain.com/RE clones, and that was part of your homework before we started this particular website building session. And if you notice, there's a new clone, if you guys are familiar with the real estate clone set that I have on this page. And so I want you to take a look at the very last one. The very last one is the new one, and it's the zero down affiliate opt-in funnel, all right? And so what I'm going to do is, since I'm already logged into Tori's system here, the Clickfunnels system, what I could now do is right click on this and open this into a new tab. And what it's going to show me is it loading into her system. It's first going to ask me to add the funnel into her system, which I'm doing. And so it's going to take a moment so I can get out of the old Clickfunnels tab that I have at the top there. And we are now just waiting for a moment for this to load into the system. This is, again, part of your homework that I had you do for those of you that are interested in using these real estate clones, particularly the brand new clone that I have for Zero Down. And so now it's loaded into her system. We're just going to go ahead and click View Funnel, which is that little tab off to the right here, and it's going to load it up for me. And so now we have a new funnel for her. All right. It's a pretty good kick-ass funnel, if I don't say so myself. So I'm just going to show you basically what it looks like by clicking on the first page there. For edit page, I just want to see how awesome this new funnel looks. It's actually probably one of my better funnels that I've created so far. So one day in the near future, hopefully this loads. I've noticed my internet connection here at home is super ultra slow, and it's probably because everybody and their mom's on the internet these days. But this is what it looks like. And so what I did here is I have a affiliate. This is what we call an affiliate rim funnel. And so essentially what happens is people will get on this page. I'll show you how the page looks once we're done building this out for Tori, but this is what it looks like. And so one of the things we have to do is we have to create a brand new, I guess you could say, a brand new Aweber system for it. All right. So before we could actually do anything with this funnel, for those of you that actually never integrated your Aweber, we're going to show you really quick how to do that. And by we, I mean me and my dog Sally, who is sitting here next to me. And so if she's barking in the background, I do apologize, but she does like to bark. She's a pretty good dog, though, I have to say. Okay, so for those of you that are new to this whole setup, Clickfunnels is the main platform that we use for all of the funnel builds that I have. This is how you're able to actually get the clones that I can give to you. And so if you're fairly new to the system and you did not add your Aweber, Aweber is a system that allows you to use the email blast software that I've been using since 2007. Some of my students have been recently asking me, especially in light of the fact, I'm going to show you when you first log into Clickfunnels, this is what you're going to see on your dashboard, something that's relatively close to this. So if you notice, if you've been a Clickfunnels subscriber for a while, you'll see that this is kind of brand new. And so they now allow people to have email systems within the Clickfunnels system. I don't use that, and there's a reason for that. I use a multitude of different systems, and I have a website, a main website through ibuilt.net. In fact, I have several through ibuilt.net. I have several other different systems that I use. Some of them are old school systems. Some of the old school systems I've used back in the day, if you guys remember the original template that GoDaddy used to allow us to use to build websites, they're like basically plug and play WordPress types of websites back in the day. They originally started off with a system called Website Tonight, and then they changed it to version 7, and then now it's called, I think, Go Central, which is probably the worst of all three that they've had. And so sometimes I still build on version 7. I still actually, believe it or not, have old school Website Tonight systems still in place through GoDaddy.com that I have not done anything with as far as changing them over to the new system, because they told me that if I change them from Website Tonight to the newer systems, unfortunately I lose all my data and information, and I don't want to do that. And so for years and years, GoDaddy's been threatening me that they're basically going to shut off all of my my Website Tonights, but so far they have not done so. And I just sit here and I just wait with a smile on my face, because I'm like, I triple dare you to shut off my websites, because you know that I could very well turn around and sue you if I wanted to, because I'm paying you for a service that you'd no longer be willing to provide for me. And so basically over this last 5 solid years, I've been sitting around waiting for them to shut off my Website Tonights, and they won't. But the reason I'm telling you all this is because I have so many different systems that I've been using over the years. I don't like to have an email system within the ClickFunnels system, because I don't know in the future whether I'm going to be using ClickFunnels anymore. I really don't know if in 5 or 10 years ClickFunnels will be around. I'm sure they will be. I'm sure they'll be more advanced than they are today. I first met Russell Brunson back in 2015 when he was launching ClickFunnels. Him and Todd Dickerson together. Todd Dickerson is the tech brains behind ClickFunnels, and Russell Brunson is the marketing brains behind ClickFunnels. And so I met Russell back in 2015 when he was launching ClickFunnels for the first time. So I've been part of the ClickFunnels group, if you will, for the entire ride from the very beginning. So they've made a lot of changes and progress over the years. But in the last 5 years, I was unwilling to take my old systems and just completely throw it to the wind and convert everything over to ClickFunnels, because I don't know if ClickFunnels is going to be the end-all be-all system for me for the rest of my life. There's so many things that changed technologically wise. And so therefore, since I've had my system over here, this is Tori's system, but my system with Aweber started back, I want to say circa 2006, 2007 is when I started with Aweber, which was about, let's see, 8 years before I started with ClickFunnels, all right? So I've been on the Aweber system for a long time, but this allows me to have the flexibility of being able to use multiple systems rather than just throwing everything on ClickFunnels. So I just want to let you know what the backstory is and the method behind my madness as far as why I actually have so many systems in place and why I keep everything separate, because I don't know if I'm ever going to pull everything off of ClickFunnels, because there might be a better system and a better strategy to use for online website building in the future. And I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket with ClickFunnels, and therefore that's why I keep Aweber separate. So if I decided to ever use their email sending system like they have here, I might be screwing myself in the future, because I might be stuck forevermore using only the ClickFunnels platform. And unfortunately, I will never be able to utilize the email system that I have now with other systems that I currently still have in place. So if you've ever gone to monicamain.com, that's what I have. I have that whole entire platform. It's called my catalog website, and I have that whole entire platform on a system called ibuilt.net. And I would never be able to kind of integrate ClickFunnels together with that system and the other systems that I currently still have in place from my old school marketing days. So that's why I keep Aweber separate. Now, if you decided that you wanted to build out your Aweber, or your email drip system through ClickFunnels, that's on you. There's, I'm sure, a ton of videos that you could watch to do that. And I've had students ask me to do tutorials on that. I cannot do a tutorial on that for you, because I do not build my email blast system or my email drip system through the ClickFunnels platform. In fact, this is all relatively new. And so for those of you that want to take advantage of this, you can very well click on any of these links, and the system will help you set this up, if that kind of makes sense. And so you but by all means, feel free. I'm not trying to tell you this to talk you out of it. I'm not trying to tell you this to sell you on Aweber, because I get no benefit if you are on Aweber or not. But I just like the extra precaution, whereas if I decide in the future I don't want to use ClickFunnels anymore because there's a new whiz-bang platform I want to use, it gives me the flexibility of being able to take my entire system somewhere else. Now, let me tell you why Aweber or any other system that you're going to be housing your database is so important. Now, I just want to reiterate for those of you that have done any classes with me, whether it's the 100K Mastery Mentorship Group, whether it's the Internet Cash Flow Bootcamp Seminar, or whether it's the Hawaiian Retreat I recently did, if you are part of any of those, you know that I've told you over and over again, your list is where your money is at. You have to build a really large, not really large, but we're talking a couple thousand people. And the bigger your list, the more money you potentially can make, because where your money's at is when you constantly keep sending different offers and different things to your list that where they can take advantage of different offerings that you have, whether they are affiliate offerings or whether they are a product line that maybe you have. But that's where your money's at, okay? So knowing that my money is in my list, I'm protecting my list with, I don't want to say staunch protectiveness, but basically it's my treasure chest. And so I'm going to be sitting on the beach with my treasure chest locked with a key in my hand, and nobody's going to get it over my dead body. And so the only way I can do that is by securing it in an alternative place, which in my mind is Aweber. Aweber allows me the flexibility of being able to use this list service with a multitude of different systems that I'm on. However, if you're new to this whole website building thing, by all means, go ahead and venture into the possibility of using their system. It's just that I will not be training you on that component of it. Again, they have a lot of different videos that they could show you how to do these things, to show you how to set everything up within their system. But because I'm really old school, and because I've been doing this a long time, and because I do want to protect my main asset of my business, which is my email list, then I'm going to have it on a separate platform. In fact, I don't have just one Aweber system. I actually have two Aweber systems to double protect my my treasure chest, which is my email lists. And so I actually have two Aweber systems, not just one. What's cool about Aweber is that they now have a new system in place where if you just want to have just one landing page, like if you want to do a squeeze page, say you want to do a promotion and you just want to collect people's names and email addresses and that's it, they have a whole new system now. This is all brand new, by the way, and I've actually never used any of these, but because everything is so user-friendly in today's technological age, chances are these are relatively easy to set up, and so it just allows you to do a squeeze page. It's just, I like the ClickFunnels squeeze page is a lot better, so I don't really even mess with any of this stuff. But I just wanted to give you a little background on why I use Aweber over using any and all systems, other systems. So now that I'm in Aweber, the very first thing that we're going to be doing before we even set anything up with ClickFunnels, I loaded this. There's a reason I loaded the funnel in there. So you'll see in her system that the funnel is in her system now. I just basically loaded it in. As you remember, I was at monicaman.com/RE clones. I basically took the very last clone. I right-clicked on it, and I basically just loaded it right into her ClickFunnels system. And so it's at the very top now. It's called Free Zero Down Book for Affiliates. That is in her system now. So now that I know it's in her system, before I can actually start setting it up, I need a new list. And so I'm going to create that new list in Aweber. And so in order to be able to do that, I need to create the list. So basically we're going to go to the very top of the page. You'll see Manage Lists, right? And if you really wanted to, you can even do this as your very first thing before you even load the funnel in or anything else that we're doing. So what we're going to do is, I don't really know which domain she's going to be using. Let me sneak over to, I don't know if Tori's on this call right now, but if she could just indicate to me which one of these she wants to use for the zero down. We could actually technically use any of these, by the way, for the Aweber setup, because it's really not that important. We could even keep it My Secret Money Guy. So she's got mysecretmoneyguy.com as her company website. That's completely fine. Let's make sure that her PO box is there. She uses the pseudonym Penelope Miller. And we're going to go ahead and get a different sender email, because we don't, well, none of these are really suitable for any of these, but we'll just go ahead and use that one. All right, so here's the important part. To be able to allow you to integrate this properly with ClickFunnels, there are so many different weird glitches that the system has had over the years. I think this is why a lot of really sharp, technologically apt people dislike the ClickFunnels system, is because if you know HTML front and backwards, you're going to be kind of frustrated with some of the glitches that you cannot control and change in ClickFunnels. But the cool thing about ClickFunnels is that they have this whole team of people that's constantly upgrading the system over and over again, which is why I really like the system ClickFunnels. It's not like they've just developed something and they're just maintaining it, kind of like what they do with Infusionsoft, where they just basically develop this multi-billion-dollar system and then they just let it just kind of get old and crusty, if you will, and they don't really do a lot of upgrades that are helpful to the average entrepreneur. But ClickFunnels is completely opposite. It's totally entrepreneur-driven, and so a lot of the system changes that they're making are so new that it's constantly upgraded to benefit you as an entrepreneur and a money-making individual online. So part of one of the old glitches, and I'm just kind of panicky and kind of leery as far as breaking out of it. One of the old glitches that ClickFunnels had is that when you had an Aweber list, it wanted it in all lowercase letters, no spaces, no dashes, no uppercases, and so that no numbers. And so that's how it was before. So because of that old glitch, not even knowing whether they've made the alterations or changes, I'm still going to pretend like that glitch still exists. So whenever you're naming any of your lists in Aweber, just make sure they're all lowercase, no spaces, no special symbols, no numbers, and that's how we're going to do this. So we're going to just do a zero down opt-in. That's what we're going to call it, right? All lowercase. Remember, all lowercase, no dashes, no spaces, no upper lowercase, no numbers, all right? Now we'll just describe it. Zero down, free book, offer, opt-in. It doesn't matter what you call it, right? Now, this is really important because what I like to do with the Aweber system is I always like to create a custom subject line. So you can see this little blue link right here. It says request a custom subject line. As long as you use the word confirm, I repeat, as long as you use the word confirm in your subject line, it will get approved. If you decide to use something else, then it will not get approved. Even if you misspell the word confirm, it will not get approved. So you're just simply going to write something like this. Confirm your zero down book shipment now. Okay, so something to that effect. And then in the email itself, and by the way, I'm going to take the explanation point out because sometimes that gets caught up in spam blockers. And then we're going to personalize. So we're going to go into the header of the email. You're going to personalize in person's full name. I never, ever, ever use a comma because sometimes the way we have it set up in the system, we make it kind of it's not mandatory. They do not have to put their first name in there. They could just leave it blank if they want to. So if they happen to leave it blank, it looks really awkward and stupid when you're sending them an email and there's a comma at the top without any name. It's just blank with a comma. That looks lame. So basically what I do whenever I do my emails is I just put their first name there and I do not put a comma just in case they did not fill in the first name box, or in case you decide to take the first name out, because my video guy Jesse claims and swears up and down that he gets a better response when he does not have the first name box in there. If he just has an email box and that's it, he claims he gets a better response. I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't really noticed a big difference between the two, but if you're superstitious like that, or if you want to do everything that Jesse does exactly and precisely, he does not use a first name box in his opt-in. Again, you would obviously not put anything up there. So that we're going to do this. We're going to say you just requested a complimentary copy of the brand new zero down book. Please click on the button below now to confirm your book's shipment, or something to that effect. All right. Now, many of you, when you're first starting off with the Aweber system, it's going to default to at confirm my subscription. You want to change that to confirm my request. All right. So that's a little thing that you need to know, is that everybody's system is set up exactly like this. And so you just need to change it to this. And then at the very bottom, you say thank you, and then put your name. Penelope, I think I put Miller. Penelope Miller. All right, so this is the very first email that they're going to get. If you want to take a look at what it looks like from their standpoint when they get it, then you just basically take a look by just hitting preview, and then you can take a look to see what it looks like. Now, please, I should not have to say this. I've had a couple of you that have come through my mastery group, and when I take a look at what's inside of your Aweber system, everything's in lowercase, there's no punctuation. It's like, listen here, I'm not running an English class, okay? That's not my job. My job is to show you how to set these things up. So if you did not advance past the 5th grade, there's really not a lot I can do for you beyond that, except to tell you that professionalism is everything, and people's perception of who you are is based on how you write, because they don't have anything else to base any kind of opinion on as far as you go. So if you're doing everything all lowercase, no punctuation, just looking all sloppy like you are a 2nd or 3rd grader, unfortunately, when you come to me in a couple months wondering why nobody's opting in or why nobody's buying anything from you, it's probably because of the way you're writing. So every little thing matters, okay? So I had a student who was in the 100K Mastery group, and I went into his Aweber system to fix some things, and I noticed everything was in lowercase. It's like the I. That's like the biggest pet peeve, by the way, considering the fact that I have a master's degree in English. It's a really big pet peeve for me when I have somebody who starts a sentence with I and it's a lowercase I. I just cannot stand that. That's like the biggest, worst thing ever. For me, I know McDonald's was doing a promotion where they were saying "I'm loving it" or something stupid like that, and the I was a lowercase I. Oh my God, that's just like, I never want to go to McDonald's ever again just because of that, right? Like, why are you dumbing down America like that in that way? It just really bothers me. You're a multi-billion-dollar company, you can't uppercase the I, seriously. But that's where we're going as a society, and I don't want to see you go there, because people do base their opinions on how you write. All right, so we now go to the next page. This is very, very important. This is one of those glitches in the ClickFunnels system. So once you set up your list, here's your list. You can't really see it because it's really not. You can see it up here where it says all of your lists. The very last step you need to do to set up this list is to go to Signup Form. So you see where it says Signup Forms here? You just basically click on this green button. You're going to create any random sign-up form. You're not going to fill it in. You're not going to create a header. You're not going to create any HTML or snippets. You're just going to basically go here. Whatever random thing shows up, you're just going to click save, and that is it. This is how the Aweber system talks to, if you will, the ClickFunnels system, is through this form, since you're going to be using the ClickFunnels form. So the ClickFunnels form has to know that this system has created a form, if that makes sense. And if there's no form here for this list, then it's going to be very hard for the ClickFunnels system to communicate with the Aweber system. So we just did everything that we needed to do so far for the Aweber setup. Now we go back to ClickFunnels, and you may not know whether or not you actually have your Aweber system integrated. You do have to integrate your Aweber system in order to be able to make it work. So you just go into Account Settings, which is in the upper right-hand corner up at the top, and then you go to the lower left-hand corner where it says Integrations. If you see that right there under Setup, it looks like a plug. And it looks like she's got like 1 million Awebers, and I wanted to actually fix this. I don't know if I can though, because she's got too many different things connected to too many different funnels. But you only need one, okay? So you don't need to keep adding the same Aweber. But say she didn't have Aweber added, and say you're brand new to this and you don't even have your Aweber. So you just see where it says the orange button at the top, Add New Integration. You just click on that, and then you click on Aweber right here, right? And all you need to do is just call it Aweber and then click Connect Integration. It's just going to simply ask you to log into your Aweber system. That's all it's going to do. And once you log in with your username and password, then it automatically connects the two systems together. Now, so she's already done that. We don't need to do that. We just simply now need to go into her funnel and start connecting all the pieces, right? So as you remember, we already loaded the funnel in from monicamain.com/RE clones. We were already on this page. We loaded it in. So we have that. There's one other thing I want to do though, before I start setting this stuff up, is I want to actually get the integration together for the domain, all right? So I'm not really sure which domain. She says domains at the bottom is what she indicated to me. So I'm going to go back to her GoDaddy. And zero down is she's got a really bad habit of having these really long, lengthy paragraph style domains, which is really not recommended. However, I'll try to use the shortest one. Zero down book for you. Okay, I kind of like that one. It's a little longer than this one, but we're going to use this one, all right? So this is what we need to do now. So we're now currently in GoDaddy, and we decided to select this one domain. It's called Zero Down Book for You. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and then I'm going to highlight this and copy it, and then I'm going to go into Cloudflare. So cloudflare.com is a free service that you can use to help you integrate your GoDaddy domains with Clickfunnels, right? So we're just going to go ahead and click on this blue button that says add a site. We're going to go ahead and paste Zero Down Book for You. We're going to go ahead and add that site. We're going to pay nothing, which is free, our $0 per month program. And then we're going to go ahead and get rid of everything that's not CNAME. The only thing that we need is the CNAME www. That's the only thing we want to keep here. That's it. Everything else must go. Yours might look different. You might have a whole long list here. You might have a couple of things like here. But the bottom line is this. The only line item you want to keep is the one that says CNAME www. That's it. Everything else needs to be X'd out and eliminated, all right? So don't go elimination happy. I have some students that just eliminate everything and then they start over. It's like, no, no, no. Just keep the CNAME www. Then once you do that, you want to change this from the name of the domain to target.clickfunnels.com. Tab, and that's it. And once you've done that, you go to continue. It's going to give you now new name servers. So we're going to go ahead and copy this very first one here. We're going to go into GoDaddy, and we've already clicked on the domain itself. So we're going to go into manage DNS. And by the way, there's another way to do this. If we go into the actual domains themselves, like on page, this is the old school setup, by the way, and I think I probably did that, but let's pretend like we are on GoDaddy itself. And I want to see if it'll actually do this. This is her actual first place that you will see. Let's see, go to Victoria, my products. So when you first log into GoDaddy, you'll see something that kind of looks like this, all right? And let me see if I could actually find her domain here, since it's fairly new, or it's probably going to be at the bottom. So here it is. So see how it says DNS right here? This is actually kind of a shortcut to get to the DNS to make those changes that I just indicated from Cloudflare. So we're just Zero Down Book for You. We're going to click on DNS to get into the back door a little quicker. So you see how it says name servers in the middle of the page? We're going to go ahead and click on that blue change button. And we're going to go ahead and click on this link that says enter my own name servers. And then we're going to go ahead and paste the very first one that Cloudflare gave us. And then we're going to go back into Cloudflare and grab that second one there, copy, and we're going to go back into, and then we're going to paste. So now we have the two that they gave us. We're going to click save, this black save button. And then we're basically done with the integration we need to do between GoDaddy and Cloudflare. I'm going to go back to Cloudflare and just finish up what I needed to do. It's just going to basically say done, check name servers at the blue bottom, and then you just kind of like pass all this stuff. You don't have to do any of that. It's not intimidating. Just click done at the very bottom. And then click recheck, which it'll take a little while to recheck everything. We're just going to put it in a queue to recheck. And that's basically it. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy my domain again to make sure that I get it right. I'm going to go into Clickfunnels. I'm going to go into account settings. Then I'm going to go into the lower left-hand corner here under domains. And I'm going to add this domain to the system. It's always better to add the domain to the system after you've added your clone in so that it's a lot easier to tie them together that way. So we've already added the clone in at the very beginning of this. So we're just going to go ahead and click that orange button, add new domain. It's an existing domain because we already purchased it from GoDaddy. So we're going to click on the right button, and then we're going to go ahead and paste it right here. And then we're going to go ahead and add the domain. It's going to ask us if we did the target CNAME stuff that I showed you how to do through Cloudflare. We've already done that. So we're going to go, it's going to check it out to make sure that we've actually done that. And then it says, hooray, we're already done. But now we need to associate this domain to a funnel. And the cool thing is, because we've added this funnel before we did our domain work, we simply just choose the funnel, which usually is the very last one that you just added in. So we're going to go ahead and click that, associate funnel, and we are done. We just associated our new domain. Now, one of the things I like to do is I like to go into the domain itself. So you'll see that there's like these three little dots. So the domain that we're going to be using and focusing in on is the last one there. There's these little three dots to the right-hand side. We're going to go ahead and click Edit. And then we're going to go ahead and expand the SSL. And then we're going to go ahead and click on this orange button that says Add SSL. That's a big thing that a lot of people forget to do, right? So then now we're done. We just associated our domain to our new funnel. We're going to go ahead and click on Clickfunnels at the very top, and then we're going to go back into Funnels, and then we're going to go ahead and start work on the actual funnel itself. So we're going to click on this. Now this is how we know that our domain is actually set into our new funnel. See how it says this? It says http:// down book for you. This is how we know that our domain work is successful, because it'll show as it's part of the funnel now. If it was unsuccessful, this would actually show your a variation of your name, your account name there. But because we've actually associated successfully a domain here, it will show up correctly. So now I'm going to go ahead and edit this page, because we now officially have a domain attached to this funnel. So now we're going to go into the funnel, and remember all the work that we did with Aweber. We're now going to integrate that one particular new list into this funnel. So you just click on Settings at the very top of the page. You can click on Integrations, and to the right you'll see that this will pull out. And then what you're going to do is click and select Aweber. I'm going to click on one of her 20 Awebers that she has here. I'm going to go ahead and integrate an existing form. And in case it didn't refresh, because sometimes it takes a minute to refresh because it's a new list, you're going to click on this Refresh List from API, which is this little blue link. And then you're going to go ahead and find the very last one that you created, which will be last on the list. Zero down opt-in is what we created. And once you're successfully integrated, it will actually give you this green check mark box there. And then we're done integrating this. Make sure you save, which is a button in the upper right-hand corner. And now we take a look and see if this is actually in working order. We'll do that shortly, but first I want to add, this is the important part here. This is to make sure that you actually get credit for your affiliate purposes. So, purchases rather. So we're done with page one. We're going to exit out. There's a button, it looks like a back button in the upper left-hand corner that says exit. We're going to go ahead and click that. Now we're going to go into the thank you page. It's page number 2. So as you can see, I'm clicking on the thank you page, highlighting this to be white. Then once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and click on the edit page. And it's going to get me into this page. This is how you go into each page, all right? Okay, and so because this was a different clone that I was able to pick up from one of the clones that I received from the Clickfunnels system, I'm going to go ahead and change the SEO metadata. This allows you to change what says at the very, very top, right? So we're going to go ahead and change it to zero down book. You can do this at any time for the header of any of your pages. Zero down book. Zero down book. And you could keep that the same if you want. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. Sometimes I use my initials, sometimes I don't. And you can go ahead and save it. Now you're going to notice that on that red button that's clearly in the middle of the page, it says warning, button action not set. Now this is very important. This is the part where you need to put in the link for your affiliate your affiliate account. All right. So I'm going to show you how that's done. So when you log into successforlifeaffiliate.com or gssaffiliate.com, and as long as you're a green lit affiliate within my system, you'll be able to see your back page, which looks like this. So this is Tori's back page. And you'll notice all of these affiliate tools. These are little buttons that give you your affiliate links. The very last one that I have now, because it's the newest, all my new ones end up at the bottom. It's free zero down book. So what you're going to do is click on the blue button above, not below, but above. Obviously, it's not below, but sometimes people get kind of, bamboozled into what to click because the way the setup is. If you're in the middle of this page, you're like, is it the one above or the one below? It's always the one above the actual offer. So this is her affiliate link for the free zero down book offer. So we're going to go ahead and click on that affiliate tools button. It's going to generate a hop link for her. So see, it says grab your affiliate link. We're going to go ahead and copy this because this is going to go into that red button. So we're going to go back into this section. We're going to click on the red button. It's going to pull a menu off to the side, and you're going to be able to actually associate this button. So there it is. It says set action. We're going to go ahead and click on that green set action button, and we want this to go to a URL. So we're going to go ahead and highlight this hashtag. We're going to Control V. Remember, Control V is paste. Control V is in Victor. Paste. We'll paste it down. We don't want to do right-click paste because sometimes the system, like I said, this is a glitchy system. So if you don't do this the correct way, likely it will not paste correctly. Now, the reason you're going to know that this is now successful is because that warning label is gone from the very bottom of this red link, and it's now showing the actual HTTP that this goes to. And if you don't like this button, say it's too blaring for you, then you can go ahead and make it a little bit demure if you want to. I wouldn't go too demure, but I would do something like maybe, let's see, let's check out this green one or this blue. I don't like the blue. So we could use blue or green if you want, if you don't like the red, if it's just too in your face, all right? So now always remember that you want to save. So the save button is in the upper right-hand corner. We click save, all right? And so now we're done with this part of it, okay? And so this funnel is completely done. Now this is opt-in redirect. So you're probably wondering what that is, and I'm going to explain it to you as we go along here. This is page 3. The people that go to page 2 are not going to be able to automatically get into this. All right, this is for people that their timer timed out. Okay, so what we need to do on page 3, and I'm going to show you what that means in a second. All right, this one I built a little differently. I put a timer on page 1. Okay, so because there's another opt-in, you must, I repeat, you must do this again with the integration. So you have to go to page 3. You're going to have to go into integrations again. You're going to integrate the exact same Aweber list. So you're going to go to Aweber, existing list, zero down, opt-in, right? And that's what you have to do with this. Now I'm going to explain to you how and when these people end up getting to the screen. I'm going to get out of page 3. All right. Now I'm going to show you how we're going to test this, and I'm going to show you why and how people would end up on page 3 in 1 second. Okay. Let me just, system is kind of slow today. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this just so that I know I'm going to type this in correctly, and I'm going to go ahead and test out her funnel to make sure it's working. So I'm just going to go to the actual URL. Okay, so her system is working. Now you'll notice that there's a timer on the very, very, very top of the page, okay? So the timer at 9 minutes and 25 seconds will actually time out. So what happens if the person decides, well, I'm gonna go check the door or check my mail and come back, and the timer times out. This system is set up to where when this timer times out, it will go to page 3. Now we're not going to wait 9 minutes because that's going to take forever, but after the 9 minutes happens, if they did not opt in, like for example, if they're ready to go, with the zero down button or the zero down book, then they immediately click on this button and they will immediately end up getting to this, where they actually have to fill in their first name and email address to be able to go through the system. All right, so in a perfect world, I always have to create some different email address just so that I can get through the system. In the perfect world, this should take us to page 2 of her funnel, which it did. And in a perfect world, they're ready to get the book. If I've done this correctly, which I believe I have, I will be able to click on this link and it will take me directly to our website. All right, so this is our website. And so it goes through our system. The affiliate ID that's attached to this is right at the top of this page. So that would be Tori's. And so if somebody decides to go through with the book purchase and any subsequent purchases thereafter, they will be able to, the affiliate commission will go directly to her. All right. So this is all working. This is how you test it. All right. So remember, if that timer ever times out, then they end up on this page here. This is why it's critical that you actually do the integration for your email on this page as well. Now, say you're like, this is way too complicated, Monica. I really, really don't want to have to do this twice to be able to be able to get an email opt-in. Is there any way we could simplify this? And the answer is yes, we can. So if you don't want to deal with the timer at all, I find that the timer always gives people a sense of urgency. But if you don't want to do that second integration, which by the way takes 3 seconds to do, but if you don't, then what you could do is delete this timer. You can go up here and delete it. And so basically what you do is, see how it's highlighting orange? You just click on this trash can button at the top of the page. See this little trash can button? That's what allows you to delete it, and then it will not be able to redirect them to page 3. Or you can make it a little longer. Say, for example, you're like, Monica, this doesn't make any sense. The video at the bottom is 17 minutes long. Don't you want the people to watch the video for 17 minutes? It's like, okay, well, instead of this being 9 minutes, then maybe we make it 17 minutes, all right? You could do that as well. That's completely up to you. Or you can just get rid of it. I just find that when there's any kind of sense of urgency with people, they tend to follow through. But if there's no sense of urgency and they could just simply dilly-dally around through life, then people just simply do not act at all. All right. So that's why I've added the timer to this. And remember, this is very critical for you to remember, is that instead of you doing an integration with Aweber on page 1, you're going to have to do the same integration on page 1 and page 3 to be able to use this opportunity to create the sense of urgency. So again, you're going to have to go into page 3 to do your integration for that second Aweber, which will be the same exact list through Aweber. All right, so this is the page that they'll end up on in the event that that timer times out. Okay, so we've done all of that. So we don't need Cloudflare anymore. We don't need GoDaddy anymore because we've already integrated the domain. So what I want to do now is go back into Aweber. And if you guys want to set up a quick campaign, you can. So we're already in zero down. So you can see the current list that we're on. So we want to create a broadcast series. Now, the old school systems, anytime any of my students have set up a system on or before December 31st, 2019, they're able to actually see this nice little follow-up series. But any and all students that have set up a system with Aweber on January 1st, 2020 and thereafter, unfortunately, they don't get to see this nice little button, which is the way I usually create campaigns. So I'm going to show you the new way that they require everybody to set up campaigns, because many of you are going to have a brand new Aweber system that you're going to be using. So we go to campaigns, we click on that. And one of the campaigns that I like to use, so we're going to create a campaign, is called a welcome series. So you just click on a welcome series. We rename it something else. Zero down book or something to that effect. We click create and then we close this, and then there we go. So now this is a new system, and thanks to my students, I've been able to work with it because I have a lot of students that I have to do website building stuff for, and because a lot of them don't have the old school system anymore, it's forcing me to learn this new school system that they have as well. So what we do is we're gonna go to my website. It's monicamain.com/email, and you can actually get some pre-done templates. We're going to go ahead and click on the Microsoft Word document, and I'm going to show you what some of my pre-done templates are that you can kind of use to make this work. it's not going to be exact. It's not an exact science. You're going to have to create and change some of the wordage, if you will. But there are some templates that allow you to help get you started with building out your own email template. So we're going to actually get to use the BizOp templates, even though this is a real estate offer. And we might actually kind of plug and play with some of the other ones as well, just to get ourselves at least for our first 3 emails going. So we're going to go back into Aweber. We're going to click on this first one that says thanks for subscribing. Off to the right, a little box pulls out, and then you double click on the thanks for subscribing link there to get into the email itself. And as you remember, we copied the subject line, so we're going to go ahead and paste it right here. We're going to get rid of this logo thing. This is one of the reasons I don't like their system, is because you have all this extra stuff that's completely unnecessary. So what we're going to do is we're going to play with some of our templates that we have. So we're going to go ahead and use the BizOp one, and we're going to go ahead and paste it here. Now remember, we don't know whether or not people are going to enter their first name into the system, because it is it's not required, it's just optional. So we're just going to basically put that there, first name, but we're not going to have a comma. And we're going to go ahead and use Arial. I use the Arial 16 for all of these. So you'll notice that it says your name here. We don't want to leave it your name here. So Penelope Miller is what her pseudonym is. So now it says click here. So what do we do? Okay, well, first of all, we got to change the best-selling 100K in 100 days. We're going to go ahead and change it to the brand new Zero Down book. Now, the reason I put without paying for it is because if you actually use the word free in any of your emails, you'll notice that you'll get caught up in spam blockers. And so some of us older school marketers online would actually kind of throw the system a little bit. And so we put like an asterisk between the free. And so now the more sophisticated systems will actually pick up whether there's asterisks between any word. So if there's an asterisk or anything weird between any word, it'll usually get caught up in spam blockers anyway. So now we just basically use different versions and different phrases for the word free, like complimentary, like without paying for it. But we don't really want the word free in there because it does tend to get caught up in spam blockers. So if you were interested in getting a copy of the brand new Zero Down book without paying for it, did you happen to grab, I would say, your copy yet? All right, the reason I'm asking is because this book is in limited supply. This means that once the book runs out, once the books run out, you won't be able to get it anymore. Click here to get the book now. This is a rare offer. And then, of course, since this was built for 100K in 100 days, we need to change this or get rid of it. This is a rare offer. This powerful book is about getting into real estate with no money down. Why would you pass up something like this? Okay, so now you're noticing that it says click here. So now we go back into our back office where we already have the affiliate link set up. So we're going to go ahead and copy this affiliate link. And we're going to go ahead and highlight the click here. And we're going to click on this little link button up here. And we're going to go ahead and paste this here. And then we're going to click this twice until this little green button shows up. And then we're going to do it one more time. So highlight, link, Control V, paste. And then we're going to go ahead and be done with this email. This is the first email, all right? And then we save it at the bottom, lower right-hand corner. And now we do the second one. So we click on the very second one. You'll notice that a box pops up to the right. We're going to go ahead and click on this. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to play with the templates we already have. Unless you just want to go out and create your own email, you're more than welcome to do that as well. And so we're going to get rid of these little logo things because it's just not what we're using right now. We're going to go ahead and go into our templates. We're going to click this, copy. We're going to go ahead and paste it in the header here, the subject line. Maybe we want to only say 11 books instead of 14, whatever you want to do. Then we're going to go ahead and click, get the rest of the body template, copy. We're going to go ahead and paste it here. And then personalize first name, no comma, highlight, oh, Penelope first. All right, highlight everything, Arial 16. Did you get your 0 down book yet? Now, you notice I said free. I could either choose to keep it and potentially get caught up in spam blockers or change it. I don't know if that's spelled correctly, so somebody needs to tell me whether that's spelled correctly or not. Complimentary. I think it is, because I know there's 2 versions of complimentary. So somebody spell check that real quick for me and make sure that that's correct. All right, so the good news, the bad news, we only have 11 books left, not 14. If you didn't get your 0 down book yet, click here now. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get our hop link. So we just go back. Well, we don't go to shopping. We go back here. We copy this. We go into, we highlight the click here. We click on our link. We Control V to paste. We click this a couple times, get that green button going. We do it one more time. Highlight, link, Control V, click, click, OK. All right, so we save and exit. In the lower right-hand corner is a green button. Okay. And then we do this again with the third one here. Again, we click on the third email. And by the way, if we ever want to change these wait times, if you notice, if you click on any of these waits, it can give you the different days. So for example, they were 1 day apart. We might want to do 2 days or 3 days apart. Then we click on the second wait. Maybe the second one we want to do 2 days, right? You can change that. So the last email, we just go ahead and click on that. We click on the email itself in the right corner here. Let's chat. We're going to change this whole thing. And we're going to go ahead and wait till it loads. We're going to get rid of this logo thing at the top by deleting it. Same at the bottom, delete. I use their button. We're going to go ahead and change it to like click here to get the book now. And then what we're going to do is change that. I like to change it to like a red hue there. Then we're going to go back and get our link again, our hop link for the book. Here our backlink page, and then we're going to go ahead and highlight this hashtag. We're going to go ahead and Control V to paste that down. And then we're going to go ahead and get another email. Okay, so bad news. So this will be in the header, in the subject line. We only have 2 books left. We're going to go ahead and highlight this. We're going to go ahead and paste this. We're going to change this to 0 down. All right, you have 2 books left, 0 down. That's what I like about templates, is that, you know, you could just play with them. Penelope Miller. We're going to go ahead and add first name at the top. I'm going to highlight everything. We're going to go ahead and Arial 16 it. And then we're going to go ahead and grab that hop link again. Copy. And we're going to go ahead and highlight here. Link, paste, click, click. Again, highlight, link, paste, click, click. And now we're done with the very last email. All right. So now we're done. And if we want to add more, we just basically add more of these little wait buttons. We maybe wait another 3 days, but we don't need to do that right now. You could also add another message. And then again, you'd create a message. Now this is the HTML editor that I like to use when creating a message, is I'll just use the HTML editor. And so that's how I'll typically do that. But we're not going to do another email right now, because I wanted to show you something that I added this afternoon. So we're just going to go ahead and remove this. And remove. All right, now we're just going to save and exit. So there's a green button to the right, bottom, save and exit. All right, and then now see it says draft. We're going to go ahead and change it from draft to activate campaign. All right, now anytime she wants to go back in there and she wants to add some additional emails, all she has to do is pause the campaign, click on the campaign itself, and then go right back into where we were, do a wait, and then do another send message and keep going on and on and on. And then when she's done, she saves and exits at the lower right-hand corner, and then she's got to unpause it to reactivate. That's very important about this new system, is that you have to activate, reactivate, pause, all that stuff when you're making changes, all right? So that's how you do your zero down setup. Now I want to show you something else that I set up today. So you go to monicamain.com/videos. And I did a new thing for the videos where you can choose YouTube or Facebook. Facebook likes their videos to be 15 seconds or shorter. YouTube can be longer. And so if you notice, I have to center this, but if you notice, I've done a Facebook video for every single one of the funnels that I was training my 100K Mastery Mentorship group on, including now this third one, which is the zero down. So there's a YouTube version, which is longer than lot longer than 15 seconds, and then there's the Facebook version, which is 15 seconds. All right. So I actually added those in today to this backlink page. So again, that's monicamain.com/videos. And so that is our new funnel. So congratulations to Tori, because she now has a new funnel for the zero down offer in this system, and I think it's pretty kick-ass. And so one of the things I always require my students to do, obviously, is you always test out your funnel before you market it. And so I think I already did that, but I just want to leave it up and show you what this actually looks like. This is our funnel, and this is what it is. And so does anybody have any questions about how this whole process works? And by the way, I was thinking about doing another funnel build on another, I guess you could say, funnel stream that I want to do, and I want to get you guys' opinion on whether or not you would like that or not. But I actually do have another affiliate funnel for the Lost Secret. If any of you are interested in me doing a funnel build on that, I'd be more than happy to select another day to do that for you guys if you want to promote the Lost Secret or the Lost Chapters. So if you notice in your back office, there actually is an affiliate link for the Lost Chapters of Think and Grow Rich. And so for any of you that would be interested in possibly promoting that as an affiliate funnel, then let me know, and I'll be more than happy to build out a funnel for you. It's going to require me to create, a Facebook video, a YouTube video, because I go all out for these. I don't just give you just the funnel. I want to give you everything that you need, all of your components. So if you guys are interested, let me know yes or no. And then in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be more than happy to set up another live funnel build for you to be able to utilize that. So I see a lot of yeses. I don't see any no's yet, so that's a plus. So that's what I'll do then, is I'll go ahead and take it upon myself to go ahead and set up a live funnel build for any of you that are interested in the Lost Chapters of Think and Grow Rich. It's probably hands down one of the funnels that's the easiest to keep people in and to buy. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm the only one in the world that maybe has the Lost Chapters of Think and Grow Rich. I don't know what it is, but it's one of the easier ones for people to go in and start in the funnel process. So the funnel itself actually starts by them getting a $9 report and then moving forward from there. So okay, so I have a lot of yeses, so that's good. So what I'll do is in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I will start setting that up for you guys, to whereas we can actually have the Lost Chapters of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich funnel done for you guys. All right. So I have some questions here. This demo was great. Thank you. We can use the same system for all future funnels, correct? Dan, that is correct. Everything that I showed you how to do and how to set up the funnels, from the Cloudflare integration to the GoDaddy DNS, to adding everything into Clickfunnels, creating your new list with Aweber and all of those good things, that all goes for every single one of your funnels. That's how the whole process works, which is why I wanted to kind of show you how this whole thing works. Now, I know some of you I haven't gotten any complaints today, but sometimes I get complaints that I'm going too fast. And that is why I do record these sessions so that you can watch them over and over and over and over and over again if you'd like. So once this session concludes today, I'll be more than happy to render the video out for you and then send you out the link so that you can watch it 500 times if you like, because I know sometimes I do go a little fast, but it's because I don't want to be sitting here for 6 hours for building out one funnel. But once you become proficient, like I have in doing this, then it will be as quick as you building out a funnel in an afternoon, just like I showed you how I built out a funnel in a very short afternoon. All right, so that's how easy it is. It's really not that difficult, just a lot of moving parts. But other than that, it's relatively easy to do. All right, so it seems like I don't have any further questions. Now, one other last thing I wanted to mention, though, before I go, is that the videos, again, are going to be for you guys as kind of templates to get started with either YouTube or Facebook marketing, but this should not be the end-all be-all that you should pick for your Facebook and your YouTube advertising. The reason I'm saying this is because if every single one of you decided to use the same YouTube video or the same Facebook video, that would just create way too much competition. So it just kind of gives you an idea of what you're aiming for. You want it to be kind of raw. You want it to be kind of homemade looking because that's what garners a lot of attention. The slick videos with the slick guy up there, the salesman looking dude, the used car salesman guy, that doesn't really work in this day and age. People do respond very heavily and prolifically to anything that looks homemade and home shot, like it's shot on your iPhone, because that's basically what everybody's doing nowadays. And so that's what people respond to. So anything that can kind of look like that is better. I recommend going to a website. It's called Fiverr.com. It's Fiverr.com. And if you need somebody to do a script for you or to shoot a short video for you, it's relatively cheap to get those, especially if it's a 15-second Facebook video. And, and run those. I mean, those videos do really well. Or this is really, really cheesy, by the way, but it really works. If you ever wanted to take the time to take the Zero Down book, or basically any book for that matter, and just basically set up your iPhone on kind of a mini tripod and kind of like flap the pages of the book, if you have the book, and just basically just show yourself fanning the book. Your hands just are the only thing that's in the video, are your hands fanning the book. For some reason, those types of videos do really well on Facebook, and they're like obviously wouldn't be longer than 15 seconds because they're very strict on that 15-second limit. But you just basically fan the pages of the book, and that's it. And that's basically your video for Facebook for the Zero Down campaign. So you could very well do that as well, and that one would do exceptionally well as well. So that's what we need to do, is we need to focus on getting different videos for each and every one of you, which is something that you all can do by being creative. Also, too, if you ever go to my website, monicamain.com / I think it's scripts. Here are some scripts. It's monicamain.com / scripts, which is plural if you click on that top link. I actually give you some ideas on some different Fiverr scripts that you can actually use for some of your YouTube videos. Or you could just, copy and paste, cut some things out, rewrite some things, whatever you want to do, you can do. But this just is also another template, another set of templates that you can use to create your own Facebook and YouTube videos. Remember, Facebook is very strict on that 15 seconds, so you can't really say all these things on a 15-second Facebook video, but you certainly can on a YouTube ad. All right. So let's see. John is asking, my wheelhouse is stock trading. How much time should I spend on marketing this funnel and the next funnel we are getting? I don't really know what you mean by time. Do you mean like how many months, how many weeks, or how much time you should spend setting up the funnel? I really don't understand the question on that. The way I do it marketing wise is I always promote things as long as they make me money. If they're not making money anymore, I pull the ad. That's just how it goes. So, that's what we want to focus on is, as long as it's making money, then that's what we're going to be promoting. Travis is asking, under Clickfunnels account settings domain, do you need to change the 401 error page? Well, I know what you're asking, but because we added the funnel, if you go back to Clickfunnels, when you go to my website, monicamain.com/RE clones, or get any of these clones here, and you right click on this and you set this up before you actually set up your domain work, then if the funnel's already in the ClickFunnels system, then it's very easy when you add your domain to just add it to whatever funnel you're working on, all right? So we've already done that, so you don't need to do that. However, if you happen to add your domain first and then you add your funnel, then unfortunately you have to go through the rigmarole of going into the system, looking for your domain, clicking edit on your domain, and then going in and actually doing and figuring out what the default page is, which is here, and then going into the 401 error page. But because we've already done all that work in the very beginning, Travis, where we actually added the clone first before doing our domain work, then it allowed us the opportunity to just add a domain to an already pre-existing funnel, because we already downloaded the funnel into the system, if that makes sense. All right, so that's how that worked. Okay, so any other questions here? I think I've kind of covered everything, and if I didn't, I do apologize. But I would be more than happy to do the funnel build out for you guys and gals in the next few weeks to come once I get this completely set up. I like to do really good, solid funnels for you as affiliates rather than throwing things together and half-assing it. So that's why it takes me a little bit of time. So I know I promised you guys the 0 down funnel, I think last month, but it took me a little time just to get the videos rendered out. And so I'm glad you guys gave me that time to be able to make this a spectacular funnel. Now remember, I'm not actually going to be promoting this funnel at all. So you have no competition from me at all for the 0 down book, because I'm not promoting this at all as my own product. I decided I'm no longer promoting any of my real estate products at all. So you have no competition from me whatsoever, which means the sky's the limit as far as whether you want to do a postcard campaign, or if you want to do Facebook or YouTube or whatever you want to do, you can absolutely promote this and do really well with it, because I will not be your competition. All right, everybody, this is Monica Main signing off, and I will see you at the top.